COVID-19 upending plans in 3 major promotions. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Thursday, April 28, 2022. A big welcome to those of you listening on TheWrestlingRevolution.com. You can bring our updates to your website, find out how, at JustProWrestlingNews.com. We're getting a harsh reminder that we are far from done with COVID-19. The global pandemic is altering plans in multiple promotions.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
First, Will Ospreay is among the latest to test positive for COVID. New Japan pulled Ospreay from Sunday's Wrestling Dontaku show. Ospreay was scheduled to battle Hiroshi Tanahashi for the vacant IWGP United States Championship. Tomohiro Ishii will now step into that title match. Tatsumi Fujinami is also off the Dontaku card after testing positive for COVID. In Pro Wrestling Noah, Kazuyuki Fujita has vacated the GHC Heavyweight Championship after he tested positive for COVID. Go Shiozaki will wrestle for the vacant title on Noah's show on Saturday. His opponent has not been announced, but Kaito Kiyomiya challenged Shiozaki at a news conference on Wednesday.
AEW.
The main event is officially set for Double or Nothing. Hangman Page will defend the AEW Championship against CM Punk. The match was announced on last night's Dynamite, but Hangman was not there for it. He missed the show due to, you guessed it, COVID-19. Scorpio Sky is once again the TNT champion. He took the title from Sammy Guevara in the main event of last night's Dynamite. Rey Fenix returned to AEW TV for the first time since a gruesome arm injury in January. He and the rest of Death Triangle staged a surprise attack on the House of Black. This is especially good news for fans looking forward to seeing Fenix in action on Saturday at AAA's Triple Mania show in Monterrey, Mexico. Getting back to last night's Dynamite, Wardlow beat Lance Archer. MJF then hinted at Wardlow's next opponent.
Wardlow, next week, you're going to be going up against a man who is smarter than you, who is stronger than you, and who is taller than you. And you can't teach that.
That clip from last night's Dynamite. In the Battle of FTR, Dax Harwood pinned Cash Wheeler with a roll-up to qualify for the Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament. Serena Deeb forced Hikaru Shida to submit to the Texas Cloverleaf in their Philly street fight. AEW Women's Champion Thunder Rosa was shown watching backstage. Deeb is the #1 ranked contender. The Undisputed Elite, Adam Cole, Red Dragon, and the Young Bucks, complete with t-shirts for the newly minted group, beat the Varsity Blondes Dante Martin, Brock Anderson, and Lee Johnson, who took the pin. The Blackpool Combat Club beat the Factory's Aaron Solo, Nick Camarado, and QT Marshall. And the Jericho Appreciation Society laid out Santana, Ortiz, and Eddie Kingston. That included Chris Jericho throwing a fireball in Kingston's face.
Ring of Honor.
The undisputed Ring of Honor Women's Champion will be decided on next Wednesday's Dynamite. The current champion, Impact Wrestling's Deonna Purrazzo, will face Mercedes Martinez, who won the interim title last month at Supercard of Honor.
Impact Wrestling.
The Impact World Championship is on the line on tonight's episode. It's a Rebellion rematch with Josh Alexander defending against Moose. Also tonight, Knockouts champion Tasha Steelz and Savannah Evans versus Decay's Havoc and Rosemary. Honor No More's Eddie Edwards, Matt Taven, and Mike Bennett versus Speedball Mike Bailey and the Motor City Machine Guns. Bhupinder Gujjar versus VSK, and the Briscoes will be on tonight's show. The Inspiration announced on Wednesday that they are stepping away from in-ring action indefinitely. There's an MLW Heavyweight Championship match on tonight's Fusion. It's the Intimidation Games main event with Alex Hammerstone defending the gold in a 3-way against Jacob Fatu and the Black Hand of Contra, Mods Kruger. Also on the show, Microman, Aramis, and Casey Navarro versus Arez, Mini Abismo Negro, and Gino Medina.
WWE.
Today's NXT UK will feature a contract signing for next week's championship match between Ilya Dragunov and Jordan Devlin. Also, Xia Brookside will be in action. Turning back to Japan, Stardom has a big show coming up on Friday. The Cinderella Tournament winner will be crowned. The semifinals have Mirai versus Natsupoi, and Koguma versus Saya Aida. The winners will meet in the final later in that show. Also on Friday's card, Syuri defends the World of Stardom title against Himika, and Azumi defends the High Speed title against Mei Suruga. 01 announced an interpromotional event on June 4th to raise funds for injured pro wrestling legend Shinjiro Otani. New Japan and Noah will be part of it. That is Just Pro Wrestling News for Thursday, April 28th. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.